Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning and good evening. Masters
Good
from
evening.
India.
नमस्ते गौरव जी.
Namaskar, Ramesh ji. So,
We may have a little low attendance today. I'm thinking a lot of people are probably watching the World Cup cricket final.
depending on their soul plan, if they are meant to heal themselves, they'll be here.
Exactly.
Just
Right now, collective energy to the bowlers and the India team.
yes, there is a time for everything, and everyone is at the right place where the person should be. And sometimes less is more, so that's okay. But one thing certainly I will repeat here for viewers who joins us either on YouTube live or they go through the recording later on. Don't think that because you're not live with us here, you'd miss out asking any question. You can still leave your comments if you have any question and we'll reply back. So feel free to share your experience or ask question in the comment section. And that way you can connect with us. It's not like if you miss the session, there is no opportunity to ask or clarify things.
Thank you.
Okay. And next week, yes, we will have Thanksgiving. So that's why a lot of masters may not be able to join from US especially. So we will have our session. We will just take Q&As or some clarification or anything the person wants to catch up previous session. So we'll utilize next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to cover those either topics or just in general catch up. All right, so we'll start. And today we will be talking about, we talked about two pillars yesterday, and the remaining two pillars we will take today. These pillars are extremely important. So today we will be talking about affirmation and visualization. They are so simple, yet so powerful. This is what we call $0 solution. You don't need to go to any school to learn this. You don't need any rocket science behind it. It's as simple as asking anything from the universe. I mean, nothing could be simpler than that. However, there are some do's and don'ts. I learned the hard way that how, you could really achieve what truly you want. Anybody, whatever you want, you can get it. Only thing is you have to be careful with the choice of words. There is a particular way we can improve. So those things we will go over. Now, affirmation, if we go by the word, by the term itself, it means to make firm. That means whatever comes to your mind, whatever is your wish, whatever that you want in your life, it's a statement. So affirmation is a positive, very strong statement that something is already happened in your life. It allows us to replace, the negativity or some stale, like what we call some beliefs that we have about us. I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I'm not good in this, I'm not good in that. Any of those negative chatter can be replaced with something extremely positive. Could be an idea, a concept. And the best part is you can do the way you feel right. You can do silently, you can speak in front of the mirror, you can speak, in the room, just you around or others present, doesn't matter. You can write down. Absolutely your choice. Now, personally, I write down, and there is a reason, because when you're writing, goes in the same region of the brain which is connected with healing. So it does have some benefit that way. Sometimes, the easy excuse for us is, oh, I don't have time, I'm really busy. But really, getting 5 or 10 minutes out of your life can really help you a lot, because if you wake up fully rested, it's more beneficial than you are trying to sleep, but you cannot sleep. That means you will sleep longer hours and yet not fully rested. That means your day will go at less than 100% efficiency. That means you will take time more than normal to complete your task because you're not efficient. Your body is not fully rested. So if you spend wisely these 5 to 10 minutes, you can gain maybe more than that by being efficient and by being happy from within. So to make it simple for anyone to remember, just remember as 4P rules. And anytime you will be writing or forming a sentence, it will help you. It will guide you. The first P is, it has to be the first person, means you are doing it for yourself. You are not doing affirmation that my parents, my kids, my neighbor, my family. This is for you, yourself. Whatever you want, no restriction. But the most effective way is if the person who wants does it. And we'll come to this point, because very common feeling is that, I don't want anything for myself, but, I want my parents, they are away, they are, aged, or my child is away, or child is, there's always reasons why you're not asking for yourself, but someone else. But the best is when the person is doing for himself or herself, because of certain reason. We'll talk about that. It has to be in present tense. Your affirmation cannot be in future. So we will never say, I will be, whatever that thing is, like I will be healthy, or I will get a wonderful job. That is future. We say, I am healthy, or I have a wonderful job. And the reason is, whenever we say will, that means future tense, there is an element of doubt. No one can be 100% sure the future will come the way I want or not. So if you say, I will be healthy, or I will be happy, or I will have a wonderful job, your brain knows that there is an element of doubt. So even if you are writing or thinking about it, there will be a resistance, because you know that not sure it will happen, not happen. And that will reduce the power, the energy of your affirmation. Doubt is negative. So, it is like you're driving a car and pressing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. So car may move, but not what it should have if you would have not pressed the brake as well. The third P is the positive. And this is where many masters may go wrong unintentionally. So you never try to put reverse of negative. That means you never say, I am not sick, or I no longer oversleep in the morning. In your mind, it is same as I wake up on time, or it is same as I'm healthy, because if I'm not sick means I'm healthy. It doesn't work that way. We connect with the universe through energy, frequency. Every word has a frequency, hence energy. And the frequency of each word is different. So the frequency of sickness is different from health. So when you say, I am not sick, this not and all those things are just matter of English language. So universe doesn't understand whether it's, German, English, Hindi, Punjabi, or any other language. Only understand the language of frequency, energy. So when you're...
चिराग बोल रहा है मयूर के पापा को पूछो, चिराग को 3,000 चाहिए, 30,000.
So when you are in the negative formation, that means when you say I am not sick, the energy, the frequency you are releasing is of the word sick. And you continue doing this affirmation and you wonder why I'm falling, sick frequently. Because the energy you are releasing is of the word sick. The universe says, okay, this is what you want, this is what you get. Universe does not apply any logic. It doesn't apply any brain. That, do you really want this? No. Whatever you ask, that's all you're going to get. So when you say, I no longer oversleep, you keep oversleeping, not able to get up in the morning, and you wonder why. And the fourth, develop positive emotion. And when we say positive, of course, positive elevated emotion, like true love, joy, gratitude, oneness, these are all highly powerful, positive, elevated emotions. So whatever is related to your affirmation, and we will see that we will use this when we will do visualization. So keep end in mind when you are making all this. So when you have this emotion already designed in your affirmation, it will help you a big way. So these 4 P's, very simple. You start with you in the mind. So your sentence will start with I, me, my. Present tense. So I'm talking about I am healthy, or I have a wonderful job. Is positive. I'm not going reverse of negative. And I know when this will happen, what will be the emotion, what is I'm expecting as a elevated emotion. So once I have this clarity, I can form my sentence. And the reason that, we say about these things so clearly, because please don't copy paste. Something works for me does not mean it will work for everyone. So create your own sentence. Create your own positive emotions attached to your affirmation. Whatever comes to your mind. You don't have to remember, because it is your choice. If you copy paste, you don't know why the other person selected that particular word or emotion or anything. And then again, it will bring doubt in your mind. You don't know whether it will work or not, because it is not your sentence. In general, keep it short and simple. Don't make a paragraph. Don't create too many sentences or too big that you cannot remember. You cannot, when you start writing it down, it becomes like as if you're writing a story. So keep it short and simple. Now, create a feeling of belief and experience that your affirmation can be true. You have to feel it. Say you're talking about health. Today, say your knees are paining badly, but your affirmation is that you're healthy, your knees good. That means you have to believe in it. If somehow you're stuck that I'm writing that I'm healthy and I'm visualizing that I'm going hiking, but no, my knees are really bad and I don't think it will come. So the moment you have negativity or doubt that your affirmation can come true or not, there goes your positive energy. So there cannot be any doubt whether you will have it, you will get it, whether it will fulfill or not. Don't doubt. Yes, if you want to go to moon, you want to become an astronaut, you can select anything that you want. Only thing is it has to be associated with appropriate time. You cannot say that tomorrow I want to be on moon. You know that if you want to become an astronaut, there is certain courses, there are certain steps, certain learning has to be completed before you can achieve something. So there is no restriction. However, be mindful. Otherwise, you are putting yourself into a situation. If you are saying that in the next 6 hours, I want to be in the moon, well, okay, you have to be mindful of what you're asking. Not that you cannot ask certain things, but when you're framing, when you're visualizing, don't create doubt. Because now you will say, in 6 hours, how can I be? So you will be doubting yourself. And then you will say, see, affirmation doesn't come true. No, you have doubt to start with. Then how can it come true? It cannot come true. So this affirmation we will combine with visualizing to make it more powerful. Why we do that? Because, as you're driving on the road, you don't see sentences. When you see some symbols, so that everybody follows traffic rules. Why? Because symbols can give you a quick, instant message. You know what exactly that symbol means. Similarly, visualization does it. So affirmation, you don't have to remember the whole big sentence. The moment you see a symbol, you know what it means. And we'll talk about that very soon. So it's a very effective way. Just before your meditation, you bring your affirmation in your mind. Why? Because in meditation, you are going in subconscious mind. So you are giving a clear message that this is what I want. And then when you are in subconscious mind, the body's, your human energy field, it's always radiating frequency or energy. And then you are transmitting this energy to the universe. So always choose affirmation that is right for you. Don't copy paste. So do not worry about what you don't want, because you get what you keep thinking about the whole day. Okay. If you are thinking, I do not want this, I do not want this. So what is it? It is again the reverse kind of formation. Whatever you do not want, if you keep saying, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to be sick, you are creating more, because the don't part, as we said, that is the English language part. Universe doesn't understand. If you say, I don't want to be sick, the frequency, the main energy of that sentence is of the word sick. And hence you are attracting more and more sickness. So what happens? Why it works so beautifully? Because affirmation that you are using consistently again and again and again, it becomes your belief. It becomes your placebo. So it will produce results. And sometimes it comes from a direction that you may have never imagined. It comes the way that you could never thought of. And that's why we say, don't put restrictions. Don't say that I want this thing by such and such time through such and such person. Now you have restricted yourself. Universe has many more options than you can even think of. So if I want a car, I want a car. Whether I win a lottery, whether I get it from my work, whether somebody gives me, how does it matter? I just say I want either any car or this particular car. Who gives and how? Leave it to the universe. Don't put too much ifs and buts around it. Now we said attach elevated emotions. So what are those? Like we talked about true love, gratitude, feeling of that, okay, unlimited or, abundance. Don't feel any lack of any kind, whether it's wisdom, money-wise, possibilities, business, relationship. Do not. We talked about, that why forgiveness is so important, because it turns negative energy into positive. It purifies you from inside. Whatever the hurt, it let go, and the wholeness, which is the feeling of, the complete. It's a basic human characteristic. Your self-esteem, self-respect, confidence, love for life, these are very important elevated emotions. So anything, whatever is appropriate for your affirmation, you can attach. And again, there could be many more. These are just some of them. So don't think you have to pick out of these 9 only. These are just some of the very frequent ones that you will come across. So let's see some do's and don'ts. So don't have any expectation on when it will come true. Don't limit. You don't know when it can happen. You don't know how it can happen. So your job is just to tell the universe what is it that you want. That's it. Why worry? Don't restrict the scope. I have seen myself, things have come from, the way, even if I was given a choice that ask whatever, whichever way, yes, I knew what I want, but how? No, it has surprised me many, many times. So don't restrict your scope. And now someone may think that, oh, wow, then I can ask, 20 different things. I want this thing now, this thing after 5 years, this thing after 10 years, this thing after 20 years. Well, it's a process, as we just went through. You have to feel it. You have to bring that emotion, that visualization. So is it possible for you to have, 15, 20 different affirmation and have the same serious, the feeling, the emotion, the visualization? So if you're starting this process, start with something you can handle. There is nothing wrong if you have only 1, 2, maybe 3. Do not think if I have 10, it will work better for me. It's not more the better. Follow the process. You should be able to do it. Start with something you want now, not after 20, 30, 50 years. And then you can add. Once you are good with the process, then you can decide what is the right number. Be detached. Don't get attached too much to it. Because the moment you get attached, every day, every moment, then you'll be happened or not, this or that. There will be a lot of thoughts you are forcing yourself into. And then when you do meditation, those thoughts will distract you. And that's why we say just ask whatever it is, and that's rest, leave it to the universe. If you know your purpose of life, if you know your soul plan, then focus on it. Try to use whatever you have identified as your purpose of life, your soul plan. Try to have that first, because that is the very important thing. Even if you are not sure, is it really my purpose of life, a soul plan? Is it part of it or not? If you have some idea, go for it. Absolutely. Why not? When an affirmation comes true, yes, you may replace it with a new one. And do not forget to thank the universe. You should have gratitude. Gratitude will bring another, round of positive energy in yourself. Whenever, even if a small affirmation comes true, pat yourself on the back that you have understood the process and thank the universe. Acknowledge that, yes, you are on the right path. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to replace. It is your choice. You may replace it, or you may say, you know what, I will see later on. Totally yours, your call. So what could be some of the examples? And again, please, the idea is not that you copy paste. Idea is to understand how to form the sentence. So considering those 4 P's, first, you're starting with the first person, means I. So you see that they are either starting with I or my heart, right? The second one is present tense. So I'm good in studies. I'm proud of myself. Present tense. We are not talking future that I will be good in studies. No, I am good in studies. And after present tense, it is positive. We are not saying I'm not, the negative part, which is whatever the sentence you are trying to form, like we said, I'm not sick, or I'm not sleeping late morning, whatever that means. It's a reverse of negative. No, they are all straight positive sentence. I believe in myself. I can do anything. All positive. Why? These words will release their own energy, which will be positive energy. And the fourth one is you just attach an emotion that you have to pick. So if you, example, it's something related to studies and you say, I'm good in studies. So try to feel what you would feel when, you get good marks or you get admission wherever you want to be. You'll say, I'll be excited. I'll be full of, the joy, the excitement and all. Okay, then put it, that as your emotion in your affirmation. When you think about that, visualizing, feel the joy. Because there is no right or wrong. That's what we do. So the third step was, that, okay, don't make the negative kind of thing. So how to turn, if you are thinking that, hey, I don't want to be unhappy. No, write it as I am happy and joyous, or I am happy, simply. I don't want to be sick. Don't say that. Say I'm totally healthy, or I am healthy. Don't say I don't want to fail. Say I'm successful. Present tense, positive, starting with I am successful. So the energy you will send is positive energy. You will always have positive energy when you do this, not negative. Now, before we go to visualization, some of you may ask, I still want to, do something for my parents, my child, or someone in your life. It could be colleague, it could be neighbor, whatever. Can I do this or not? So the answer is still that the most powerful way of doing it is the person does himself or herself. There is one way you can still do, and the reason I don't put it here, but I'm telling you this is because most frequently people do ask this question. At the same time, most frequently people say, there is nothing for me, but I want for someone else. And that's a, weak statement. Still, if you want to do and you think your parents are in a situation or child that they cannot do themselves, make a sentence where both of you are involved. So suppose your parents are not well, then you may say that, okay, you are having a good time with your parents, or you are visualizing that you are going hiking or trekking, and you can only go when they are well, when they are, say, if somebody's knees hurt and all knees, you cannot go for hiking if your knee has in some kind of trouble. You can only go when you are healthy. And you are visualizing you and the parent together, or you, the child together. So don't do just the parent going hiking, because if you are not attached, then you won't get that energy. So you can attach you and the other person. So this way you can bring the person who you are trying to, involve in affirmation or your positive energy. So don't do it just for the other person. Involve you and the other person. It could be that, you visualize you and the child receiving some medals, whether sports or some debate competition, speaking, or any kind of sports or music, whatever that may be. So that way you both are linked in that affirmation. So now let's talk about visualization. So now we know what we want. We know how to form a sentence. Don't do the negative one. Be careful with the choice of words. It should be exact what you are intending to. Sometimes we get kind of, lost in the translation. So visualization, first of all, be clear. You're not trying to control the behavior of others. You're not trying to manage others. Visualization means, yes, we are trying something positive, something beneficial to someone. Most probably it should be you. And it could be on any level: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. It could be anything. No restriction. So you have a possibility that you can work on any level. And there is no restriction that you cannot ask anything materialistic kind of related. You can ask a new house, you can ask for a new job, new relationship. You can say, hey, I'm a very angry person, I want to calm down. I want to improve my memory, especially the students. Memory part is sometimes very key for them. Any learning ability, if you want to learn how to handle difficult situation effortlessly, or it could be personal or professional. So when we do any of these affirmation and turning into visualization, you have to see yourself in terms of soul, in terms of energy. Soul is pure, soul is just light, pure light, abundance. There is unlimited, means there is no limitation of any kind for a soul. And that's how you should visualize. Don't put restriction that I can ask this much but not that much. This may be possible but that will never be. No, don't put any restriction. That's not your business. Your business is to ask how, when, what is possible or not, whether you deserve or not. Let the universe decide. You don't worry. And then the process of change. When you are negative, like we have talked about in the quantum physics session, how your thoughts impact your personality or your personal reality. So when you're negative, you're fearful, insecure, anxious, you are doubting on everything, you don't trust the process, you don't even trust the concept of universe, then what you're going to do, you will attract all the negativity. People in your life will be all full of negativity because that's what you are attracting. Things that you want to avoid is what you're going to get, because that's what you are doing whole day. Negative, negative, negative. So just by thinking, this may not happen, means the whole process of affirmation and manifestation. So you have to be very clear that you are changing your thought process, means your way of life, your way of thinking, your way of, working with yourself. So it is not just saying, I want a car and that's the end of it. Because if you are thinking, yeah, I want a car, but at the same time you have negativity because you're a negative person and you are doubting the process. So same thing, accelerator and brake at the same time. At one point you are saying, I want a car, you're visualizing the car, but at the same time, you're also thinking, it's too big to ask. I know I will never have it. So you're neutralizing your energy there. So you have to slowly change the way you are. And that's why it works very well with meditation, because in meditation, you tend to become more and more calmer person. You try to look inward and you can work on your, whatever the habits or whatever your thought process is. And always remember, love is any day much, much, much more powerful than hatred or anger. So use love rather than thinking of emotion of hatred or anger and all those things. Now the question is, when you want to visualize, in the morning when you wake up, just before you sleep, any time of the day. A very simple answer to this is, don't worry, don't think too much. Whenever you're doing affirmation, attach the visualization to it. If you write your affirmation just before sleeping, you should visualize as you're writing or as you're practicing your affirmation. Because again, the symbols work much better than the sentences. So when you do in combination, it works beautifully. Just before meditation. So suppose I do before sleeping, on top of it, when I'm doing meditation, just before getting into deep meditation, I'm doing this. Why? I'm putting that information in my subconscious mind. So while meditation, as I'm in the meditation, I'm not thinking about this. So be clear about this, masters. During meditation, you are not thinking about affirmation. During affirmation, you're not thinking about any visualization and all. It is, you can pick 30 seconds, 1 minute, just before meditation. Only that 1 minute or 30 seconds, and then you're out of it. So the idea is not that whole duration of meditation you are thinking, visualizing. No. Pick a time, just one. Once, if you have 3 affirmation, 2 affirmation, 1, think about it, visualization, done, start your meditation. So set your goal, set what you want, your affirmation, and create a clear picture, an idea that, okay, what is it that I want? You are very clear. So if you want to visit a place, you want to travel, you should know where. Yes, you can say the whole continent. You can say, I want to go to Europe. No specific country, just Europe. Or you can say, I want to go to a particular country, say Germany. Or you can even say a particular place. No, I want to visit France and you want to see Eiffel Tower. Say, I want to visit Eiffel Tower. Whatever it is. But have the clarity. And as you can focus, you have to focus on that and feel with the elevated emotion. Don't let any doubt that it is too good to be true, it is too big to be true, nothing of that nature. Celebrate, always celebrate as you get success. Doesn't matter how small or big it is, because your brain and the body needs to know that process is working. And as I mentioned before, always thank the universe and move on to the next. So now the question is, how can we do this? Some example. So example of vision board. So whatever you want, you're visualizing it. So you have a vision board for it. Size doesn't matter. You can pick a small, 8 by 11 letter size. You can take 11 by 17 size. You can make a poster size, whatever. Do I need to draw? Can I take some photos from magazine, flyers, pictures? Whatever. No restriction. You are good in drawing. You want to draw. You want to take from flyers, magazine, take it. Is there a particular sequence? No, your choice. Again, as we said, keep it in mind. More doesn't mean better always. So don't go for 10, 15 things. But yeah, if you have one affirmation and you have 2 images for it, if you can have 1 for 1, it's better because it's clear. When I talk of this, I have this in mind. Somehow, if you have 2, then keep them together in your vision board. So if you are thinking of traveling, it should be clear. Traveling means what to you? A particular place, particular mode of travel. You want to fly, you want to go by rail or bus or car, drive. Because sometimes people want just a road trip. I want to just drive through this beautiful, whatever that location is, whether it's mountain or it could be desert, it could be plains, whatever. If you say diet means what? You want to change the diet, you want to improve the diet, you want to cut down the diet. Which part of diet? Diet is a very big subject. If you say exercise, means what? You want to start, you want to increase, you want to change some particular, whatever it is, it should clearly show what it is. And once you have this poster, place it in your house where you can see this maximum number of time in a day. You can put it on the refrigerator door, or you can put it in your room. You can put it, if any particular place where you know that during the day you will cross that place 10 times. So what will happen? You have this poster without spending an extra time. In a day, as you cross and as you look at it, and you have this 1, 2, 3 photos or whatever those are, you look at it and your brain knows, okay, this is what I want. I know my affirmation. So you're not spending any extra time. So what you do here is something that works for you. When you're doing affirmation, make sure you have one-on-one visualization. If you are writing, keep a totally separate notebook for that. Don't mix. It's not like you have a general notebook, or you're writing your affirmation also, you're writing your to-do list for the daily, you're writing something else also. No, keep it separate. Only thing which, if you want to really combine, you may do affirmation and gratitude in that notebook if you want, but keep them like, if suppose you have two, affirmation, and you say, okay, such a big space on one side, so you can use half for affirmation and gratitude, affirmation, gratitude. So every day you are repeating your affirmations. It's not like every affirmation I'm writing 10 times. That's not the case. So if I have 2 affirmations, I will write them 2 sentences every day. So I write first sentence, second sentence, I'm feeling it, end of the exercise. Next day, I will write the same 2. Day after, same 2. It's not like I'm writing 5 times, 10 times. So I need a lot of pages now. You don't want to put anything else in that, so that the energy, the positivity, everything maintains of that notebook. Otherwise, everything gets lost. The moment you pick your affirmation book, there will be a positive energy in you, because you only use it for affirmation or maximum gratitude. And the moment you write that, you will see that, okay, you have your visualization. That means you know what it is. The moment I see an image, the whole sentence will come instantly in front of me. My brain will pick, okay, this is what I want. I don't have to repeat the whole sentence 10 times in a day, just the image, and just like, as I mentioned, traffic lights. You see the red, yellow, green, you know what red means, you know what yellow means, you know what green means. No one writes it, green means go, red means stop. No. Initially, you pass the exam, you know what red means, you know what green means. And from a distance, you see the symbol, you can go. From that distance, you cannot read what it means, but you can see the color of light and you know what it means. Similarly, this visualization work. You know your affirmation, you're writing it every day. However, with no extra effort, you can get much more power out of it, because the moment you see it, if you see 5 times, 10 times in a day, your subconscious mind is getting again and again that, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want. Without spending extra time, extra energy, except while you're making vision board. So just remember, don't outsource. Hey, can you make vision board for me, please? Don't tell your child that, hey, you're good at arts, just do it for me. No, it's not a question of whose board is prettier. Your board, you make it. There is no marks here for pretty or not pretty, or how clean or not. No, this is not a question of whether it's decorative or not, or how good it looks. The only important thing is it should reflect whatever you have in your affirmation, whatever the linkage, and only you know what you have linked with your affirmation. If you are saying traveling means what? You are looking for knowledge, you're looking for joy out of traveling, you are looking for meeting new people, because traveling could mean different for different people. 3 people may love traveling, but they may be looking for something different. So you know what you're looking for and pick that image which relates to that. So never copy paste. And that's why never outsource. Doesn't matter how bad your drawing is, you draw it or pick it from the flyer, magazines, no problem. So masters, this was affirmation and visualization. As far as the question about the number of affirmation, whatever you can handle, don't start with too many. Start with something minimum you can handle. 1, 2, maximum 3. Most important thing is when you are writing this affirmation, you should be able to feel it. And if you have 20, it won't be easy for you to write and feel it. You have to feel as if it has already happened in your life. Feel that emotion. So that's why start with something you want now, and anything you want after 20 years, you can do later. Work with something which is meaningful today. And today means not that by midnight today I want this. Today I means whatever you can think is appropriate in the near future. So sometimes less is more. Having less but doing it properly is better than having too many and you cannot follow the whole process, because ultimately what matters is what energy you are radiating. The energy that body will radiate will depend on how closely you can follow the process, means you can feel it, because only your feeling will give rise to emotion. Emotions will give rise to the chemicals, means hormones, enzymes, and those will impact your body. And that will be the deciding factor. But if you're just writing like a checklist item, then it's better than not doing anything. But if you are not able to influence your body, your energy, then the impact will be less. Still, it is better than not doing. But when you are doing everything, why not go the finish line? Why stop halfway through? And these are some of the things I've learned the hard way. So that's why I'm sharing that how we can improve the power, how we can really make anything come true. Really, you'll be surprised if you have not practiced this for if you are doing it first time or for a while. Trust me, no restriction, and you'll be amazed the way it comes in your life. Okay. So if you want to share anything that has come, or if you have done in your own case, or any doubt, any question about today's session, yeah, please feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself.
I don't see any questions in the chat either.
Yeah.
I need to answer
Deepti,
one question.
yeah, Deepti, please go ahead.
Sunita ji is saying something. It's okay.
No, I think
Yes,
it's
yes.
Deepti. Oh, okay. So I'm seeing here Deepti raised hand, but I don't know. Okay, any one of you can go ahead, whosoever is ready.
Okay, right, sir. Sir, so I wanted to thank you and again gratitude. So I had made a vision board this year only, and it was based upon gratitude only. So when you were telling, so I was just looking at my vision board. So what all I have written and what all I could manifest. So not much, but it's on the it's going on, the process is going on. So what kind of energy I should be like? I have written 2 things. my son's admission, my younger one's admission in a particular school, I have written, and I'm expecting that he'll be getting in that admission in that school in this March. So one thing is that, and the most important thing, I have made a board about my relationship. So, but the things have been going on and off throughout this year. So what mistakes I might have been doing in making in their manifestations, and where I can correct upon, I was just thinking. So because I created this vision board in March or April, I believe, this year. So 2 things I have written, mainly 2 things.
So Ditiji, first thing is exactly what we talked about, that primarily we end up doing it for others, and that's what you have for your child's admission in that particular school or that particular course.
Okay.
So you know that your child has to do, not you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, I told you the short, I hate to say this, but I've given you a way out also. That means you visualize you and your son in that school or that university, you know, graduating from that course or things like that. That could be your way out.
Right.
Right. But if your child can do it, the best would be if, you know, your child is doing that affirmation, not you.
Okay.
And very next topic, you know, not next week because Thanksgiving, but after that, when we come, we will talk about interference or non-interference. So right now, if I'm just hearing what you said, it sounds like, you know, as a parent, you may be doing the right thing, but still it could be interference in someone's life. I'm talking about with respect to soul plan, right? Of course, you have the right reason, you have the right as a, you know, parent, we all love to do, or we think it's our duty, but still you don't know what the child's soul plan is. So,
and
ideally,
the second, sir. Sir. Yes,
ideally,
sir.
if the child does, is better.
Okay, sir. And
The
what about the
second-
relationship thing? Yes, sir.
See, I'm not sure. You just said relationship, but what exactly, like you're trying to improve or trying to what? That part I'm not sure. So
I just want to improve it. I wish to improve it. So I have written, like words I have written, that I'm already having a beautiful relationship. Present tense. That present tense I have written. But I have had a fair share of ups and downs. So I might have doing some mistakes or something, or it's my soul plan only. So I was just thinking why it wasn't manifesting the way I wanted. It is taking time. It's taking a longer time.
So first question to you, Diptiji, when you said you had a fair share of ups and downs, is that also written, or this is you are just sharing?
I'm just sharing. It is not written. Of course not written.
That's good, because you don't want to say ups and downs in your sentence.
No, I have only written gratitude, and I'm having a beautiful relationship, and that my son is studying in that school.
Okay.
And I have.
So if you're saying about the relationship, as far as what you have written, the first part, what you said, that is correct. No, that's okay. Now you have to visualize it, because relationship is again a very big open topic. So when you say whether you want to improve, you know what improvement means, because for someone it could be different than what you have in mind, right? So be clear what exactly that improvement means and visualize that. Okay, because otherwise improvement means if I am at 50, if tomorrow I get at 51, that's also improvement. If I get at 60, that's also improvement. I get at 90, that's also improvement. And improvement in what? Like improving with a particular one, or with in general everyone, or you have identified there is certain either your habit, behavior, something that you want to change. So don't put the negative part, but what you want, right? The change that you want, just keep that in mind.
And that too in present tense, that I have already achieved it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Gratitude, sir.
Very, very welcome. We can go to Sunita ji.
So 2 questions. First, once we get our affirmations, like whatever I wanted, I got it. So, how to acknowledge that? By gratitude or anything else we have to do?
Gratitude. If you got what you asked for, ठीक है, if your affirmation has come true, thank the universe. From the bottom of your heart, thank that, that you gave me this thing, and then you can start a new one if you want, but thank to the universe.
Okay. Since Dipti ji was asking for this college and admission, I have done for my daughter, but my daughter is used to write every day that she wanted to go in special some college in Canada, and she simply got without any recommendation, without any fees and all. So that's what I just want to share, that she was every day she was writing in present tense affirmation. Thank you,
Thank
God,
you.
for giving me admission in this college, and I'm very happy and very blessed. Thank you, God. And she simply got, because we don't have the much funds, but she simply got, and she got before that we did not pay any advance fees also, but she was the first to got the visa. So we trust on that. Just tell the child to write it, and she was having full feeling also that yes, I got it. I'm very happy. She was looking in the dreams also, in the college walls, college passage, her room and all. So that was just, I want to share that. uh, so sir, my question was, second question was, sir, that it's very difficult for me particular to visualize affirmation I'm writing, but visualization is a big issue for me.
Why?
Visualizations for any particular affirmation that yes, I got, and the emotion also. So how to get it, sir?
But what is the problem? Why you cannot visualize? You get emotional?
No, not sir. Like a simple example, I just wanted to have some lucky draws. So I'm writing a lot, I'm doing a lot of effort, but I'm not able to visualize that I got it in my dream or in any way.
Well, if you are not able to visualize, means you are not sure if you deserve it or not. You are not sure if it can even come true or not, because somewhere in your mind you have that, no, this is too big to be, that you can ask for, or too good to be true. So there is some doubt. There is a resistance in your thought process. You have to overcome that. Because if
Okay.
you cannot accept, how can universe accept?
Yes.
Check.
Got it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
sir,
you for
fine.
sharing, Sunita ji.
Thanks.
Shri Vidya ji, please unmute yourself.
Uh, Sir, you know about my personal problems. And thing is, I have now that convocation which didn't happen. Now I made a different, maybe I understood wrongly. Now I have made a thing that I am happy I did it. So can you help me the affirmation which I put, whether it is correct or wrong? Like, for Arvind, I am doing, but the thing is, as if I have achieved. It's I'm not doing for Arvind, but I am with my support is able to move each step, and a lot of progress is happening. So I have the sticker. I am happy. I did it. So the affirmation which I put is fine.
See, you are happy is good. You did it. Why you want to add that part? Leave it
Did
to
it
the
in a
universe.
sense.
Leave it to the universe.
Okay.
You just want the end result. Whether you do it, universe get through someone else, or whatever it does, how does it? If it doesn't matter, then just say the end result that you want to see. That's all.
Because each day the my motivational speech is very much required for him to move each steps. Uh, so I have put the another sticker that I did it. So based on my motivational this thing, he's progressing day by day, but still long way to go. So the second sticker which I have put, is it fine or shall I remove?
See, that's a tricky thing, because again, the non-interference thing comes, right? I just mentioned about soul plan. So only if his soul plan allows the change to happen, then it should happen. Of course, as a parent, we all want the right thing. And in your mind, you are asking the right thing, but still we don't know his soul plan. So you just ask for the end result. The journey is not important. For you, if you want a positive energy throughout, that you kind of continue whatever you are doing, then you relate it to your role, your duty, your, dharma, that you are doing based on, your wisdom, whatever you think is right for the family. And you are continuing on that. You are able to do it whichever way, has to be present tense. And that will give you the energy that you keep moving on your path. And for him is the end result, whatever you have in mind, but with you, again, not alone for him, because your affirmation you can combine. So just imagine you and him, whatever the university, whatever the workplace, hospital, or is working, and all those things. That way you can combine. But keep these two separate. One is your role, that you are able to do your part, but your ultimate thing is still the end result for him.
Okay. Because I'm able to do that visualization also. So
then you go with it.
So I'm in a right path, right?
See, soul plan, I cannot tell. His soul plan, he has something. He has to go through that. Doesn't matter, as a mother, you want certain thing. Of course, we do, but you may not know exactly what his soul plan is. So you may be interfering in his learning. That is always a tricky part. How to say, am I interfering or I am supporting? Who can judge this? That's the tricky part. That's why you can do for yourself. But when we try to do for others, this question will come always. Doesn't matter how good it seems. And that's why I always say affirmation for yourself. If he does affirmation for himself, will be the best. Because now he's not interfering with his own, right? He's doing for his own. But when you do for him, you may be interfering. We don't know.
But will you be able to help me in the second part? What kind of affirmation I can take the second part?
Sure.
Because I know the whole history of it.
We have tomorrow, like next week, Saturday, Sunday, both, or otherwise also we can take it offline and we can work on that, because I know the whole history, so it will be easy to work on it. Okay. Sure. But thanks for sharing, Sri Vidyaji. Sonal, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, Gauravji, my question is actually an extension of your discussion with Deepti about the second question she asked. And the whole discussion is making me think, I need some more clarity. Like when you say that you can have affirmation about having a good relationship with someone now, isn't probably that's not part of the soul plan of the other person. So, again, are we interfering with somebody else's soul plan? Is it okay to, have that kind of affirmation? Because now, again, it involves two souls, right? So just more clarity on that.
Sure. So Sonalji, see, again, like I mentioned to her as well, relationship means what has to be clarified, because it's a very big open-ended question, right? So if I'm trying to improve, say, for example, I have ego, right? And I know my ego is coming in not just with one person, but multiple relationship, and I want to improve my relationship. So nothing wrong. I know I have to work on my ego. So my visualization is that I don't have ego. That means, again, I'm not putting in the negative that not having ego. I will put it in terms of acceptance, like I accept people as is. So that way I'm not interfering in anyone's soul plan. I'm just working on my own. So that's what she needs to do. She needs to define improvement means what. And then you are improving yourself, whatever you feel you lack. My example was, if in this example, ego, that means I have to accept people as is. Then we don't interfere anyone else, because we are not changing anyone. We are only changing ourselves.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Vindhya ji, please unmute yourself. Morning or evening to you. I think, I don't know whether if you are still in India or...
Yeah, I'm in India still. Tomorrow
Okay,
I leave.
good evening
Yeah.
to you.
Thank you. I missed a couple of your sessions, but thank you for posting. I caught up on all the other sessions. So thank you very much. I had a couple of questions. Affirmations, when do we do them? Like, is there a process? Like, do we meditate and when mind is clear? Or does it have to be in writing? And is that the same thing that goes on your vision board, the affirmations? I have all this mixed up in my head, like, because I have never done vision board. I've seen, but I feel I do a lot of things in the thought, like, especially even in prayer, when I'm praying, I say my affirmations. Is that a good time? Because I do say, I'm healthy, I'm happy, whatever I say, I'm saying that. And do we have to say multiple times? Can you give me a little bit more clarity on that?
Sure. So affirmation, there is no right or wrong. You can do whatever you want to make your schedule as. If you do when you wake up or you do before going to bed, both of these times, it's easy to get into your subconscious mind. When you wake up, you are still in the trance, it's a little bit, and you have not yet started your day. And when you're about to go to sleep, when you do that, you are taking it as you go to bed. So it goes to your subconscious mind very easily. So you can pick morning. If somebody says, I cannot do morning, I cannot do evening, I will do in the afternoon. Sure. Nothing stops. You can do any time. Now, whether verbal, just thinking about it, or writing, it's your call. The advantage of writing, or why I do writing, is because when you write something, it goes to the same area of the brain which is linked with healing. So when you improve any area which is also improving the healing, so you try to get some extra benefit with the same effort. Whatever your affirmation, yes, the same thing should go on the vision board. That means if you have 2 affirmation, you should have 2 visuals on your vision board.
Okay.
Because vision board is nothing but a reflection of affirmation visually. That's what vision board is.
Okay. And so we're doing this to change our beliefs and habits, right? So deep-rooted beliefs we're trying to change about ourselves. I'm healthy. Like, of course, we are manifesting it too, but am I understanding the process right?
Yes, we are manifesting. It is all about manifestation. Because affirmation means what? I want something. That means you want to manifest that thing in your life. So how do you manifest? You have to send a clear signal to the universe that I want this. Right? Then universe will give you, but you have to first tell the universe what do you want. How do you tell the universe? Affirmation is a way. Affirmation and visualization both improves the power. Why? Because visualization instantly tell you that this is what I want. How it sends a clear message to the universe? It changes your energy, human energy field. You may have heard many times, like in other sessions, I mentioned about, say, BioWell, which measures the human energy field. It's an instrument that I have. So when you change the human energy field, you are changing your consciousness. That's what consciousness is. So I'm changing from negative to positive. I'm changing my energy. And as I'm changing my energy, I'm improving my consciousness. Because every word is linked with a frequency. Frequency means energy. So what we think, what we speak, everything is linked to our energy. Affirmation is positive. Visualization is telling you it has already happened. So in a way, we are fooling our brain. And there are a lot of experiments already been done and proven that brain cannot differentiate that is it really achieved or you are just thinking it is achieved. Your body will produce the same hormones or enzymes, what we call chemicals. So the moment body is into that mode, that body and mind has accepted that you are already there, then you draw the event in your life much quicker. And this is the whole process of manifestation through affirmation and visualization, which is, rather than walking 200 kilometers, now you're going in a car and you will reach much faster. This was the summary. I hope you got your
Yeah, I got it. And I think thinking back on like what one of the either manifestation or visualization, like I spoke to you during the wedding, one of the things I'm going to be, I am happy and I'm going to be happy also was my thing. And we went ahead and said one more step that I'm going to be dancing, and whatever at the wedding, enjoying and everything. So I did have a good time. The wedding went well, and but then there was dance at Sangeet. I just couldn't get up and dance. It was not coming, though maybe I did not visualize it, or it's not me. I'm not the person maybe who dances or the situation was like that. I just felt none of my family was dancing. Some things were there. So is that I did not have enough clarity, or I'm not visualizing something that is part like my behavior? Like I don't know. We are trying to change it, right? So why should I go and see what I am?
See, you are happy is one thing. You will be happy is a different thing. So you will enjoy is different than you are enjoying. So anytime you say you will be dancing means a doubt. You're not sure whether you will or you will not. So anytime you have a doubt, things may happen, may not, because you have doubt, you have negative energy a little bit. But when if affirmation is I am dancing or I whatever, right, enjoying or this, then you are saying you are already doing it. No doubts. So there, in your example, there was some resistance within you where your mind was not clear, is it right or wrong? Do I want to do it or not? And that restricted you from shutting the eyes, who's there, who's not, and what others are doing or not, and I just do what I want. You couldn't do that. Because first of all, if in your mind was coming, I will dance, means again, not present tense. So that has to be in present tense. And the restriction, and imagine it was a journey for you and happening at the same time. That means the time duration was pretty much you are doing it and it is happening like within a day or 2 or week.
Yes.
So don't punish yourself also that, hey, I manifested it, but it didn't happen within, say, 4 days or 5 days. But consider these improvements. Next opportunity comes, give yourself a chance, because manifestation means you are making it happen now. Affirmation and visualization is the planning part. So manifestation means, yes, now I have it truly in my life. No more verbal thing that I have or I'm assuming. No, now I really have. That's manifestation, means you're drawing the event to your life. So give yourself time, correct these minor things, and then move on. Again, try the same thing in maybe next event, maybe within US or wherever, doesn't matter.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
And just one small comment. This when we are talking about visualization, I was just thinking when you said vision board, like in our tradition, most of the time when a mother is expecting a baby, they keep this happy baby picture. Is that kind of visualization, right? They always say, see a happy and healthy baby, and you will have a happy and
Absolutely. It is absolutely correct. You know why? Because during pregnancy, there are a lot of doubts possible, right? In people's mind, in the person means the would-be mom, right? Mind also. But when you see a happy, healthy child poster in your room or around you, you're always thinking that's how my child will be. So negativity goes away.
Sure.
This is absolutely correct. It is visualization and affirmation, live example.
Thank you.
Without calling it that way, we
I
have been
know.
doing it for I don't know how
Doing
many
it.
hundreds of
True.
years or whatever.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Masters, any other question or comment or sharing before we end the call today? If not, then Anju, back to you. And I guess you're all set for Thanksgiving next week.
Yes, definitely. No, thank you for all you're doing. These have been amazing, Gaurav. Really appreciate.
You're very welcome, and thanks for putting this together. So that's really great to see. So masters, yeah, we will join next week, same time, everything same. No new topic. We will be just recapping or helping with, as you have either question about the activity, question about how to write affirmation or correction or discussion, or in general, neutral, just any example that you want to discuss, right? If you don't want to discuss your own specific, whatever works for you, I'll be available so we don't waste that week. We'll utilize those who miss some session, they want to catch up, ask clarification, we can do that. And of course, we'll continue with the topic because now we are coming to final, couple of weeks after this. And hopefully, you will have enough wisdom, knowledge that you can make changes in your life and reduce, if not eliminate, your emotional baggage right away, and then slowly eliminate in due course of time. So thanks, and see you next Saturday. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you.